Okay, so we're responding to Sned the Heartless here. And it's in response to what you said about being heartless. For the rest of our friends, I commented on Sned's video about it wasn't necessarily that I thought he was heartless, and in all the time I've known him, which I feel, did we first meet around say the late aughts, 2008, 2009, the financial crisis, like through the silver bugs and Corey C and all that, is what I think. So we've known each other a long time. Nothing in all of his measured responses and everything that he said and the way he's carried himself, and that he takes care of somebody's pet dog when they're out of town, and the love I hear in his voice when he speaks of his grandchild. Far from heartless, but I do think that it isn't necessarily that he even has more heart or love than myself. It just has to do with, maybe my heart bleeds a little bit more when I so determine, like I see a down and out, or what I think is a down and out person on the side of the road, and I occasionally wonder about their situation and if it's their fault, and if it isn't their fault, then I feel bad for it not being their fault, even though it has nothing to do with me. I think that's honestly less healthy than taking the approach of, you take care of your own and then you move out from there if there's surplus after taking good and sufficient care of your own. But another question Sned posed in his video was, what should the minimum wage, the least amount that an employer can pay an individual, be sufficient to cover this whole discussion around an individual setting a warehouse on fire, and in the video claiming, if you'd only paid me more, this wouldn't be happening. That in and of itself is a discussion on another topic. But the primary thing is, this goes back to Sned too, with a little what I'm reading. I did some brief research, and maybe more bears. Yeah, that fucking thing's had it. Maybe more bears review, but this article on the facts and myths, like if you search what should minimum wage cover, I can't remember the exact name of the article that I read. It's fairly brief, but it has the facts and myths of what minimum wage is designed to do. And there's a graph upon it, and perhaps somewhere it was originally determined that a minimum standard of living, which for my country, the United States, $7.25 per hour, with different dollar amounts by state, but the discussion always leads down to federal. People always worrying about what other people have going on. Again, that bleeding heart thing, right? But should it be enough that if you have a full-time minimum wage job, you are able to put food in your belly and a roof over your head, right? Food in your belly, roof over your head. Should it also include medical? And at what point does the value of what that person brings to the community cover those things? Because how does a roof get put over your head? Somebody's going to have the skills of making a roof that stays over your head and doesn't collapse the fuck down on you. I had explained it to my daughter a while back, which it hasn't gotten through, that it would be nice if every man, woman, and child, or even every child, had a computer. Seems like a nice idea. You can search the internet, you can do your homework, You can learn plenty, you can learn skills, but what does it take to actually make that computer? As such, I encouraged her to read Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations, and then get back to me. When she got back to me, I was going to have her read economics in one lesson. I don't think she's done either, but there's some interesting things to it. And for those interested, Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations, even the first chapter, he gets down on it pretty cool. And when you look at the year that it's written, it's eye-opening. It's eye-opening. Because to me, you stand around in a circle jerk trying to reinvent a wheel that was invented 200, 300 years ago. All right, Sned, thank you. Thank you. I can't believe I concocted the elixir that brought you out of your slumber. All right, guys. See you later.